Can you light the Palo Santo? Welcome to Chérie, It's a Process, where we talk about life as it actually is.
Zenfully chaotic and very much a work in progress. I'm Anais.
And I'm Mercedes. Welcome back.
It's been a while.
Oh, I think my whole body hurts. I've been doing Pilates. I'm a Pilates girl now.
I just got
feel
bitten
like
by
I'm
my
part
cat.
of the... You what?
I just got bitten by my cat.
Why did she bite you? What did you do?
Nothing. I stroked her. Apparently she didn't like it.
She was done.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But now that she's gotten up, I need to actually put my mic a bit higher. Give me 1 second.
All right. Tell me a funny story.
You want a funny story? Okay.
I want
Firstly,
a funny story.
we just said, welcome back, blah, blah, blah. How are you? How are you?
I'm in pain.
Why?
I'm in pain because I did Pilates for the second time in my life, and it was a reformer Pilates with this machine, and it was really cool, and I really love it, and it's so much fun, but I feel like I'm part of a cult and my body is in pain, but at the same time I'm having a lot of fun and I love it.
What
How
is
are you?
that quote? That German quote.
Quote.
It's like Schönheit
Schönheit
muss
muss leiden.
There we go.
There's an English quote to this. Beauty
I don't
is
know, but I
pain.
have a funny story.
Isn't
that
beauty
happened.
pain? Okay, tell me the funny story. That's better. Let's move on.
So a couple weeks ago, I bought myself a new skirt and I wore it for the first time the other day. And I go to my boyfriend and I'm like, look, I bought myself a new skirt. What do you think? And then he goes, isn't that a dress? And I like lift up my jumper and I'm like, no, look, it's a skirt. And then he goes, what's the difference between a skirt and a dress? And that's when I was like,
Men
I just had a moment of like,
I think the part that gets me is like, okay, fine, men don't need to know this stuff. It's not the biggest deal. But like, he has a sister.
yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that like automatically you just need to know about these things as a guy if you have a sister and you grew up with it?
Well, that's what I thought. But maybe the difference, we should find out if my brother knows the difference between a skirt and a dress. And I hope he does, because anyway.
I'm pretty sure he does.
I was about to expose him. I was like, maybe that's not fair. But I think the thing is, he is the oldest and his little sister is a couple years younger. So maybe it's just something that he hasn't paid too much attention to because there's another brother in between. And like, but I would think
maybe.
my brother, who obviously is a sandwich baby like me, who is older and younger, I think he does know. But
And he only, I mean, just to clarify for everyone else, he only has sisters. Your brother is the only boy.
yeah, that's a reason why I'd be very shocked if he didn't know the difference between a dress and a skirt.
Yeah.
But I suppose with I don't know. I was shocked. Anyway, I just started laughing. I was like, do I even explain? Do I not?
Did you end up explaining?
Probably.
Does he now know the difference?
Probably, but I have... let's see, maybe one day when we have kids, I'll be like, put the red skirt on. He'll end up putting a red dress on. We'll see.
I think you clearly also don't wear enough skirts and dresses for him to really understand, I think.
I wear more dresses. I think that's probably why he was confused.
Oh, you do?
Because I don't wear as
Oh,
many
because you never
skirts.
wear a skirt. Okay. Anyway, that is very funny.
That was my funny story for the week. Should we go into the pocket magic?
Yeah. Let's go into the pocket magic.
Pocket magic.
Today's pocket magic is a little different than we have done in the past. And I personally have not done this. You have not done this exact thing, but you've done it in a slightly different way that you're going to go into after I explain it. But basically, and I saw this online and I don't remember where, and I hate it because I would love to give credit to this person. But she was talking about going on dating apps and writing men and telling them something along the lines of like, oh, well, my thing doesn't work, or my something's broken, or like the light needs fixing, like things that need to be done around the house that are kind of handyman jobs. And then she actually got these men to come over and fix these things for her, and then they left again. And that was it. That was like the date was basically them fixing stuff in our house. And I love the idea of that. And we were talking about this with your sister a couple weeks ago as well, where she was like, I just need a man to come and just fix stuff for me. And I was like, yes, you got to do that. Go on the dating apps and get yourself men to just do stuff for you. And I would love to try this out, especially now that I live again on my own and I'm single. And, you know, things need doing around the house. And I already had 1 or 2 incidents where I was like, I'm dying. I hate this. So having men do this
One
for
being
you
cutting
would be
yourself
very nice.
and needing a plaster.
Yeah, no, I did cut myself. I basically scraped my skin off. It was horrible. It's fine now. I hated it. It was terrible. It's terrifying living on your own when you start realizing all these little things. But anyway, I
mean,
can still
what
somewhat
I
bandage
do-
myself. It's just tricky to like get someone to fix stuff for you. But you found a way because you live
Yes.
with a man.
I live with a man, yeah. The thing is, we live in an apartment that it's my apartment, and so he's always a little bit, when it comes to like unclogging pipes and that type of stuff, he can do it. But when it comes to hanging
Screws
stuff,
in
like
walls.
drilling into the wall or stuff that's very, very permanent, I think
Yeah.
either he doesn't have the confidence in himself, or he doesn't want to, doesn't want to get in
liable.
trouble, So I end up doing it, and I usually do it with my dad because my dad's taught me quite a few handyman tricks. But I still don't have the confidence in myself to be like, I can do this by myself.
Yeah.
I still need someone there to like just some emotional support. And my boyfriend just doesn't have any confidence in me, so then I lose confidence in myself when it comes to drilling. So what I did last time I needed to put up some shelves, I basically called one of our really good friends and invited them to dinner and said, before we eat, please come drill some holes into my wall, because
It's like, while you're already here.
yeah, I have all the tools. I just don't have so that's what I do.
So you don't go on the dating apps to find them. You just have them in your friend circle.
Yeah, I
Also
borrow
nice.
borrow my boyfriend's friends
Love that. Yeah.
because
I have,
he's
like,
really
1 or 2
handyman.
guys. They could do that. I don't know if they would do that.
You're
But I love my guy friends. But I love the idea of just going on these dating apps and just finding yourself handymen. Because guys like to be useful, right? A lot of the time, men love like being able to do things. And giving them something to do is just, it's a win-win situation for everyone involved.
I think it
And
depends.
you don't have to spend money.
It depends. I mean, you're single. Why don't you put that in a goal, as it's now February? Put that in your 2026 goal to-do list. We'll check back
Find a
in at the end of
handyman
the
on
year.
dating apps. What? Finding a handyman on the dating apps.
Yeah.
I'm not even on dating apps.
Yeah, but that's what you use dating apps for.
I get myself a dating app just to get
Yeah.
handyman.
I mean,
That's
otherwise there's always
hilarious.
TaskRabbit, but where's the fun in that?
Well, no, the whole point is doing it over like Tinder or something like that. Anyway, I thought that was really funny. I remember seeing that. I know we were talking about it. And please, if someone does this and actually, or has done this in the past, or is like trying this out or doing it, please let us know. We would love to know. And we would love to know how it went.
Okay, and with that, let's go into this week's topic.
Which is,
I don't know.
do you want
I've
to
lost
start us off or
notion.
should I?
You go. No, we should read out the messages first, no?
Well, okay. Let's do a little bit, just so we all know we're all on the same page. Basically, Anais and I lived together. If you didn't listen to our very first episode, a little recap. Anais and I moved in together in Paris in, September, October 2021. We were living in the, if you know Paris, we were living in the 10th arrondissement, just underneath Gare du Nord. And it was back then, and probably still is, a bit of a dodgy area. And as two very young, we were we were both 21, 22 at the time. And definitely not the safest area to be living in. And we definitely had some things happen there, but we were also young and partying and having a lot of fun. So we had some situations happen in the time that we were living there, which was about a year, less than a year. And we thought it'd be really fun to do an episode on this. But because it's quite a bit of information, and like we took two different stories, and we're basically going to do a part 1 and a part 2. And because we're really nice, we're not going to make you wait for part 2 until 2 weeks later. We're going to give you part 2 next week. So just that's a little bit of what's going to be happening right now. And so this is part 1, and we're going to start off the story by just giving you a quick little location situation. So we have Paris, 10th arrondissement. It is the 24th of November 2021, and Anais and I have a shower leaking, some kind of minor situation in the apartment, and we have a handyman coming over. Anais is still at work at this time. I'm at home waiting for the handyman to come in, and we're going to read out the text messages. Anais, why don't you start us off?
The technician is outside the door downstairs. Can you open the door for him? Landlord will be there soon.
Then there's a missed phone call, and then I go an hour later. So this was at 5:30 that you text me, and I open the door for him and let him fix everything. And an hour later at 6:30, I text Anais and I go, dude, I think we have a gas leak in the flat.
What? We would smell that.
I sent her a photo of the landlord and the technician at my window, and I go, they're even checking in my room. No. And then, to the smelling, I reply, no, not if it's just a little bit.
Still.
I don't know what's happening. I heard police. Mind you, little side note, this is all happening in French. And at the time, I spoke like no French at all. And my ex-boyfriend was helping translate all this stuff for me. But basically, I heard police.
Are you going to play the voice messages?
We can actually.
Mercedes, if there's any gas leaking, like you have the cooker on like for like 10 seconds, you smell the gas, we would have smelt it. Mercedes, you're hearing wrong.
And then I go, I don't really know what's happening. And I'm like, there's like 3 men in my room, and I'm going, they look kind of shocked. And I go, there's a gas leak in the building, and it's close to being dangerous. The concentration is highest in my room. Anais's answer to that is,
grab my laptop and hard drive and get out.
I go, it's coming from the fireplace. We need to open the window when we sleep tonight.
Which also, looking back at this, if there's a gas leak, why are we not smelling this? And why are you so chill saying we need to sleep with the window open tonight?
This is all going on in French. I don't know, but okay. I mean, we'll figure out later why.
Okay, do you need me to come home?
Go, yes, please. Landlord is calling the fire department. I'm sure it'll be okay, but fuck. Literally with 5 U's. You send me a voice message, which we're not quite sure what it's saying, but I think it's just you tell... Oh, no. This was when you're telling me about me grabbing your laptop and hard drive and, like, the important things and where all that stuff is. And then I go, okay, that's fine. I got you. And then you go...
I'm on my way. And my passport. It's in the bottom drawer. Updates, please.
Oh yeah, 10 minutes later, you go, update, please. I send you a voice message. I think this is when we're outside the fire department. I think I'm like, we're smoking a cigarette to calm ourselves down. And then, what is it? We don't know. See you in a second. We can talk about it. And and then we actually get to see each other. And the fire department is outside our house. There's like a big fire truck, bunch of firemen, and basically what it was at the end of the day was a carbon monoxide leak that was coming from the downstairs restaurant, right?
And also, I think what happened was this whole time you were telling me we have a gas leak and I was freaking out. I think they were saying we have a carbon monoxide leak. And
Yes.
I probably should have freaked out less, but you were telling me it was a gas leak, so I was like,
yes,
very worried because I thought our house was going to explode any second. And I think it was just.
I mean, the thing is, carbon monoxide is not fun, and breathing that in can be very, very dangerous.
Oh yeah, of course.
Carbon monoxide poisoning is a huge deal.
Yeah, but gas leak, you light a flame in the room and it's like explosion, gone. Carbon monoxide, okay, it's really bad for your health. And like, I told my mum the story the other day, and she like, I think she, I can't like her. She just you know when your parents like you tell them something and their face just goes white and they're like, But yeah, so it wasn't great either. But like nothing as dramatic as you were making it out to me over the phone. That's why I was like, grab my passport and this and this. But yeah, I think
at some point we were talking about like having to evacuate or something. Anyway. Yeah, so the fire department is outside our house.
Than it actually was, because carbon monoxide leak is really shit, and you probably shouldn't be breathing all of that in. And also, I do remember we had some really bad headaches the days leading up to it.
Yes. No, this was definitely a couple days before all this was going on. We were not okay. I mean, we weren't like sick or anything, but like we weren't feeling good in the apartment, and like I wasn't. Also, this is in November, right? So like we didn't open the windows.
Yeah.
Because it's like cold, and like I was smoking at the time, but I was making sure like not to really smoke out the window, or if I did, I'd only keep it open for a very short amount of time, close it again. And the highest reading he got for this carbon monoxide thing was actually from my room, from the fireplace. So it was coming through the fireplace into the room. And we were, I mean, you obviously had your other room, but my room was slightly bigger, so we were hanging out in my room all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It really wasn't good. And the fact that this restaurant wasn't checking up on it, because they should have a carbon monoxide reader, and it wasn't going off. Because they should have like some kind of alarm, and it wasn't going off, and it was like a big deal. They shut down the restaurant, I think, immediately.
Well, it closed for a couple of days, but it was open a couple of days later.
But like the fire department, the firemen that came shut down the restaurant while they were still there.
Yeah, they definitely did, and it was closed. But I think, I don't know if anyone followed up. That needs to be dealt with. But anyway, I think also a fun part of the story obviously was we were two young girls not going into the apartment because I thought there was still a gas leak and the apartment was going to was going to explode. So I wasn't going. I had my laptop, I had my hard drive, and
we're standing
I had my
outside
passport.
on the road.
I was good. I was not going back in. So we were standing outside for probably an hour and a half, and there was this one fireman who stayed with the truck and didn't go back.
They were really cute, by the way.
With the building.
They were all very cute.
Of course, French firemen. I mean, the uniform, everything.
They're very cute.
But he was standing out, and he even, I think it was so funny, I think he was doing anything and everything to impress us, because at some point he like took out his little hoses and put them on the street, like both of them, unhooked them from the engine, and then at some point I think he realized, I was like, there's no risk of fire. He hooked them up again, and then he came over and was like, are you guys okay? And started chatting. It was like, part of my job is also to reassure people and like check in on people and blah blah blah. Anyway, 2 hours later, when they'd finally found out where the gas leak was coming from, which was from the restaurant downstairs, obviously, we were chatting to them.
Apparent gas leak.
Huh?
it wasn't a gas leak, the apparent gas leak.
Oh yeah, the apparent gas leak, of course. And then the fireman who had stayed down there, because he was actually the engine driver, and they can't actually go into the building because they have to sort out the engine stuff, which I found out later.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Fun fact, I learned a lot of things about firemen during in this story. But he basically gave me his number, and we went on a couple dates, and he told me lots of things about Paris and being a fireman in Paris, and like, for example, as the engine driver, he needs to know everywhere. He needs to know, so in his district where he works, so they're not exactly like the arrondissements, they're kind of, but each zone, the drivers of the fire engines actually need to know every single route off by heart. They have a GPS in their head. So if they get a call and it's like, oh yeah, it's in Rue Canal Saint-Martin, blah, 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 they need to know the fastest route to get there without checking their phone, without checking anything. So they have like insane, and then they also need to know where is the closest water hydrant or fire hydrant, like the connection.
Yeah.
To get the water, because obviously the truck brings a bit of water, but they also need to know where
they can.
So these guys are like GPS mega minds that just know their area off by heart. So he also showed me. I didn't know
that. You never told me that. That's very cool.
I think. And then he also he was also quite upset that he was a fireman in Paris because there's less fires in Paris and they keep getting called out to carbon monoxide leaks and it's so boring, and he actually wants to work in the suburbs because there's way more fires in the suburbs. So, but then about 2-3 dates in, I think, he goes, I need to talk to you. I need to tell you something.
Wait. Hold on. Just before you tell us that, just quick pause. I do just want to like really quickly, because I remember this as well. It was really funny when they were all outside and he was obviously very into you and he was flirting with you a lot. And like I had my boyfriend at the time right next to me, so I was off limits anyway, and I didn't speak French, so that was already a big downer. But I remember the oldest guy, I guess the captain, he was so upset with these guys for just flirting. Because it was obviously the one guy who was talking to you, but I feel like the other ones were all like laughing and joking, and like obviously, like you also said, it was very boring to them. Carbon monoxide poisoning is not it's just a whatever routine thing. So they were just like, maybe a bit older than us, like late 20s, not a lot older, and they were all like joking and flirting, and it was just really funny. But obviously he really liked you, that one guy, and you guys exchanged the numbers, and you did go on a couple dates. And I actually I found a text as well where it was like 3 days later, I text you and I go, how was the date?
Oh God.
And then you texted me back and you were like, I'll tell you tonight. And I was like, uh-oh. So maybe this is already when he told you. Or, I don't know. Maybe that was already the day.
I don't. Anyway.
But what did he end up telling you? Tell us.
Couple days or however 2-3 dates later, he goes, I need to tell you something. And he goes, I actually have a fiance or a girlfriend or a very serious relationship, and I'm really sorry that I've been stringing you along. Oof. I don't actually think he told me that in person, I think he texted me that.
Did he not?
I don't think so.
You should go and see if you still have those text messages. That'd be really funny.
I don't know. I'll have a look later.
I thought he told you that in person.
No, he didn't, because I saw him afterwards in person because I wanted to meet up and be like, why the hell did you then go on these dates?
I remember you guys meeting up and talking about it, but I thought he'd already told you.
No. Or what had happened, I think I decided to have selective amnesia. Either he was like, I need to meet up and tell you, but I think he told me over the phone. But I have also checked my phone. I deleted his contact at some point.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I don't know if I still have those messages.
No, probably not. No, I remember that though.
Yeah.
That really sucked because I liked him too. I remember he was nice. He was not bad looking. He was cute. He was nice. And then to find that, I'm like, why? And especially because it wasn't just the one date.
Yeah,
he
it'd
did
been a
this
couple
more than
dates.
once.
I was like, but it's not like we'd slept together, or we probably kissed, but I don't remember that either. But we hadn't gone.
I think you did. But I think that was it. I think you just kissed once or something.
Yeah, so I hadn't.
I mean, at least he no, honestly, I was gonna say at least he told you early on, but I take it back. No, he should have never even given you his number.
Yeah,
it's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, but he actually started a chain of events where there was suddenly a lot of boys, because you also became single very quickly after this event. And I think it wasn't just you and me, but it started a chain of events where a lot of guys we were seeing ended up having girlfriends after and telling us later.
I had two. I had two guys that I can think of right now that I know for sure were actually in a relationship. One I actually slept with, which was a bad idea. And then the other, it never got to a kiss because he told me before.
He aggressively hung out with you though.
Yes. I mean, he obviously wanted things to happen. And I obviously wanted things to happen. And he was talking about maybe having an open relationship with his, I don't know. I think he was having huge relationship issues. But then I was always there just break up then. What are you doing? What a shitty thing to do if you're obviously unhappy, obviously liking someone else. Why are you still with that other person if you don't even like them that much anymore, or someone else is? I mean, I understand this thing of someone else seeming interesting but not being good, it's just an infatuation. Is that how you say it?
Infatuation,
yeah. And I understand that you're not gonna break up your entire relationship for it, but also why would you do that to your relationship? It's a bit, I don't know, it's something I've never really fully understood why people do that. Then again, I have been in that situation. And it's hard to describe when you are in a situation like that. So even I can talk and ask and go oh, why would you do that?
Did you ever go on dates?
No. My, I guess I'm coming clean now, aren't I? I didn't expect that, but I guess we're going there. It is what it is. So my situation was with an ex whatever, and I'm not going to disclose which one, but it was an ex-boyfriend of mine. We were having issues.
Is this a new
story? Very difficult issues. And I was living with him, but I had other friends in the area, and I would go and I had partied with these two friends of mine who were roommates. They were living together, and they're both men. And basically oh my god, I feel so weird about it. Anyway, there was one situation. We were having a house party, we were drinking, and this partner of mine was not with us. I was alone. One of these guys was gay, and a really, really good friend of mine at the time, and his roommate wasn't. And I have had a crush on his roommate for many, many, many years. It was always one that I knew nothing would ever happen out of it, but I did have a bit of a crush on him. And I was having huge issues with this partner of mine, and I slept over at the boys' house, but I was sleeping on the couch. I wasn't sleeping in anyone's bed. I slept on the couch. It was all fine. But in the morning, I woke up and the alarm went off, and I kind of went into this guy's bed and cuddled with him. But also he's a good friend of mine. But it was definitely, we never kissed. It never, I don't consider myself having cheated in this situation. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it was definitely inappropriate, and I definitely see that it was inappropriate. And I never actually told my partner about this, but I did come home, and it was one of those moments where I was like, the way our relationship is going is obviously not working, because I know myself. And if things are going well and I'm happy and like fulfilled and everything's good, I would never ever do something like that. And it was just such a messed up situation in this partnership. And yeah, so I did that. But it was never a date. It was never a date. This was a very good friend of mine who I was like touchy-feely with anyway. It was definitely inappropriate and it shouldn't have happened, but also I didn't actively pursue him, right? Anyway, I don't know.
I think what my issue is with this fireman, and also then afterwards kind of the floodgates that opened, that led to a lot of other men's confessing similar things after a couple of dates to me, is if the other if you're like, I have a relationship, I have a situation, and you are open, and the other person that you are seeing, that you are technically cheating with your partner on with, knows, you know, that person can make a decision if they want to be part of that or not, or, you know, if you,
as in the guy you are dating, if he's open about it and clear about it, you can then make a decision.
You're not
yeah
turning me into, I think that's what I always had the issue with, and that's also what I asked to talk to the fireman about, and I can't even remember what happened in that conversation. I think I was so
yeah,
but the fact
a
that
while ago as well,
they only tell you afterwards, I'm like, okay, you know, you might not be in a good relationship with your, like, the relationship might not be going well, you might be really struggling, all of that, but just be open and upfront, and then I can make my own decisions about it. If you tell me afterwards, I'm like, how
it's like the other person pulled you into something that you never actually were able to decide anything. Is that what you're trying
exactly
to say?
You made that choice for me. You made me the accomplice when I didn't have the choice to be the accomplice. And that's what I'm,
well, it's true, because I mean, I had this one situation as well, and he did, so this is what I was saying earlier, is like, we never actually kissed, and before it ever, I mean, it was very intense, it was very flirty, we were dancing, we obviously liked each other a lot. It was great, like, it was really good vibes, but before it ever got to a kiss, or he told me he was actually in a relationship, and we still had I remember that evening was still really fun, and I saw him a couple times after, because we went to like the same local bar and we had some similar people we hung out with, but it was never I don't even know if we actually exchanged numbers or really anything, because we never like met up one-on-one, except for that one night we were like, everyone else had gone home, it was just the two of us left over, and he ended up buying me breakfast, actually, because it was like 5-6 in the morning and the train station, the bistro, was still open, so we ended up getting me breakfast. And we were talking about it because I was so angry with him, because I was like, why would you even like get it to this point? And he was like, kind of like the situation I had been in a couple years previous, was that like, you're struggling so much in this one relationship, but also, like you said earlier, you shouldn't be making someone else an accomplice without them being aware of it. And I was really happy he had told me already, so I knew, okay, this was never gonna be a thing. But also, he was like not making a clear cut, because he liked the flirtation, he liked what we had, and I think he was kind of like, oh well, in another life this would have been really great. So it's like, where do you draw the line? But obviously I'm still happy he told me as early as he did, because I mean, some of the situations you were in, it was like proper dating and like more than one date and like, you know, you've even like kissed or something, and then it was like, oh, by the way.
Yeah,
And I'm just
after
there
it's
like,
oh yeah, I'm
what?
in a, I'm like, I would have been really nice for me to, I don't know how I would have reacted back then, but it would have been nice. Yeah, not to have
earlier.
been an accomplice without knowing
Yeah.
I was an accomplice.
How did you, I don't know if we talked about this, but how did you react when you, because there's obviously the fireman was one thing, you ended up wanting a conversation, you got it. I don't think you guys ever talked again, as far as I remember.
No, I don't think we did.
No. And then how was it with the other situations? Did you, what, like, how, do you remember how you reacted? Or what, like, what you had said or done back then?
No, I think there was some of them that were just very flirty, similar to you, where the guy, you know, with Kay, they were like, well, I'm really attracted to you, blah blah blah, but it never went any further. And I'm like, I suppose I also really enjoy flirting. Sorry, mum.
Well, it can be fun if it's like banter.
Yeah,
and
but I
lighthearted,
suppose
back
I
and
have the line in
forth.
my own relationship that
There's
I'm
no
like,
harm in that.
yeah, but I have the line in my relation where I'm like, I flirt, but I never try to lead the guys on.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, one can argue that flirting is leading someone on, but
yeah, but
No.
I think I mean, I do have a story that, so when I was in a bartender, we had this rugby team that we sponsored, and there were a couple really cute guys, and one of them was really cute, and I always used to flirt with him. And then, but I thought he knew that I had a boyfriend. But anyway, at some point
Oh, was that just in the beginning of your relationship?
No, it was, I think, probably 2 years in. But they were the rugby boys. Everyone flirted with them. They flirted with us. It was kind of like...
It was like, again, it's like banter as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
a
it's
bit of
banter,
like,
common
maybe
knowledge.
British banter, but it's just, yeah.
Yeah, and then one of them, and then at some point I mentioned that I was going on holiday with my boyfriend, or I'd been in a relationship with my boyfriend for a little while. And then a couple weeks later, one of his friends revealed to me the texts, and that he'd felt completely led on by me, and that it was so 6 months of drown the toilet where we'd been flirting together.
But he never actually made a move in those 6 months?
No, he never asked me for my number. He never, it was just always flirting in the bar, so I didn't think anything of it. It's not like he ever, went any further or asked me for drinks. If he'd done all of that, I'd probably said no.
Yeah.
No, I would have said no.
The truth is revealed.
No, I would have said no, but... yeah.
I think it's really quickly, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I just realized that I find it really shitty of him to blame you for leading him on for 6 months, when I'm like, dude, you could have clarified it 3 months ago. You could have clarified it 4 months ago. And it's a little shitty to me that he was like, oh, she was like, well, yeah, but you could have also just asked. I find it a little annoying that he put that on you. It's not
fair. It was a
fair.
private text he was messaging to a friend, right? I wasn't meant to see
Still,
that.
but that's how he felt. That's what he was thinking. It's still not okay, I think.
Yeah.
But that was just a side note. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
But
It's tricky.
you being single now, how would you... And to be honest, I now localize this just to Paris, that all Paris guys... I think from the 2-3 guys that I had this experience with, I think I now assume that everyone is always in a relationship, because it's just easier to assume that, unless they're like, oh, I'm very much single. I'm like, okay, but also I'm in a relationship now, so it's not such a big deal. But do you
I personally now that I'm single again, I personally walk around this planet Earth assuming that every cute guy is single and wants me. But that's just because my ego is way too big.
I think that the narcissist just came out. Should we lock her back in the closet?
Definitely. No, I like it. I don't know. I mean, I'm also not like, I mean, we're talking about this in the other episode, but I'm not actively dating either. I'm not
But how
assuming...
would you handle it today? I mean, for me, it only ever happens in Paris, so I feel like Vienna, the Viennese men, they're all clean and well behaved. So
No. Biggest lie ever told. As we know from the last episode. Go back and listen to that if you want to know how shitty Austrian men can be.
Yeah, but he was single. He was very much honest.
Well, apparently. I mean, apparently he was, but he didn't text me back either. But anyway, how would I handle it? I don't know how I would handle it. I guess, I mean, I'd be annoyed. I'd be angry. I think it's also like, and it is, maybe it's a bad thing, but like, I think when someone is like coming at me and flirting with me and like, obviously interested in me, I would just assume they're single, because why would you do that if you're not? But that's also maybe just my naive brain, you know, which I can be. I can be quite naive about these things. If I then found out about it, I'd be angry. But also, like, this sounds, I don't know if this is bad or not. The kind of person I am, and because I'm also kind of done with men treating women like shit, I think I would look for his girlfriend. And I would hit her up. I would slide in her DMs and go, hey, are you aware that your man is doing this? And if you're not, I want you to be aware now. Like, that's the kind of person I think I would be. At least I would hope I would be.
And this is how the secret lives of Mercedes' wives started.
My wives? Wait, I have sister wives now?
Hold on, no, actually, I found. This is how the secret lives of Mormon Mercedes started.
Mormon Mercedes? What makes this Mormon?
Nothing makes this Mormon, but I'm just saying, in the reality TV show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, that's like the drama that started it all.
They're all like texting each other and going, are you aware that your man did this? I should really be on that show. I agree.
Maybe ask them to do a Vienna edition.
God, no. Anyway, I think I would definitely, I think I would do that. I would be very, very frustrated with him. But again, at the end of the day, I did nothing wrong, right? If he is not disclosing this from the beginning, like you said earlier, if he's making me an unwanted accomplice or unknowing accomplice, like, there is nothing I can or should do. I can only hope that he would let me know eventually, or I find out, and then I can destroy him and his relationship, and I can try to help her out of the obviously shitty situation. But apart from that, there's nothing you can do in that moment. You can just hope that's not how it's gonna go. Right?
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
Maybe
it's also changed out there. This was
no.
6
I don't
years
think
ago.
so. I don't know. I don't think so. I think also, I don't know. It was really weird because it was like one after the other. There was a lot of them that I remember you going on dates with, and you coming home and going, he has a girlfriend. I go, what the fuck again? It was crazy. It was like quite a few. It was really weird streak you had going.
Yeah. And then the guy that broke it all. I mean, I talked about this couple can't remember what episode, but the guy that was like, I've really enjoyed chatting with you tonight, but I have a girlfriend. And I was like, that's completely okay. Thank you for telling. Like, I wasn't even disappointed. I was just happy that he told me.
Yes.
I was like, thank you
You're
so
like,
much.
finally. It healed you. It healed you. That's really good. Yeah, you can only hope for like good men like that. And that's it, really. Okay, I think that was our story for today. We're completely drifted off now.
Anyway, with that, I think we love you, but we will also leave you, as this has dragged on way too much, and we will be editing most of this down, because this was meant to be a short episode.
It was a fun one, though. It was fun judging up the past a little bit and reminiscing. I like that. And we have part 2 coming literally next week for all of you. So we can reminisce a little bit more. It is different. It's not going to be as, I guess, easy as this one. But it'll still be a pretty good story. Probably the wildest story
you and me lived through in that time.
Yes, for sure. All right. Lots of love.
Take care.